North Tyneside Council's owned the building for 17 years. We bought it in 2000 and we've had numerous projects where we thought we had a sustainable end use. For whatever reason, we've got so far down the line and the project stopped. This time, with bringing everybody together, we put in a successful heritage lottery bid, and that's how we're on site now.
Sadly, it's just been left to get in the state of dereliction and ruin. Sadly, because it was really important to the residents here in North Tyneside.
The Dome and the Spanish City have had so many connections locally. It's still very well loved area, and people have been concerned about its future. So to see it now happening, it's wonderful.
The whole ethos behind the project was to try and return it to the way it was in 1910. So we'll have the full height columns, the big windows back in, terrazzo flooring. The history of the building is in the dome itself, so that's where we're concentrating on returning the historical features.
Well, today we've got lots of people here who are interested in this building, how it's developing, but more importantly, the skills that are needed to bring this building back to its original state.
We've done various events such as Heritage Open Days, which we're doing today. What we've found is a lot of the skills we're having to use within the construction of the new dome has been lost over the years. So what we're trying to do is bring back some of the old-fashioned ways of doing things, from the old-fashioned way of making the coving. We've got stone masonry, lime mortar work, which is another old tradition. Not a lot of construction companies use lime mortar work now. Again, we're showing the younger generation some of the older trades.
It's really important to get people involved, let them have a go and see actually there is potentially a career there for them as well.
So as part of the Scape project, one of the objectives was bring as many apprenticeships onto the scheme as we can. Currently we've got about 20 apprentices working on the scheme, and that number will increase. We're hoping to get above the 30. We've got apprentices currently working on the joinery side. We've got apprentices working for the mechanical and the electrical. We've even had apprentice scaffolders, roofers. So every trade we've brought onto site, we've tried to encourage them to bring some apprentices along to be part of this development.
Oh, they've been amazing. I cannot speak too highly of Robertson because there was a lot of disbelief in this area because it's been left for so long that it would ever happen. And fantastically, Robertson came up with the idea of having these public tours, hard hat tours, taking local residents around the building. They've been wonderful with the residents, they've been wonderful with our staff. You have to have some passion. Not only that, you have to have the ability to involve everybody, and Andrew and his team have just been amazing. Can't speak too highly of them.
You get a sense that the builders are really concerned to keep people on board, and there's a genuineness about it as well, which I don't always come across in my work. So when I did meet Andrew and have a tour, it was really refreshing and very encouraging.
I grew up in Whitley Bay and I used to work in the fairground, which is the back onto the dome. I'm the third generation to actually work in the fairground. Both my mum worked in the fairground in one of the shops, and my granddad actually worked in some of the construction work in the fairground. So you might have even been involved in this site. And for me to be able to come back and do that, I hope I'll leave it as a legacy to my children and their children from there. And I'm looking forward to the day when they come around and quite proudly say, my dad helped to build this.
Oh, it'll be a great legacy. It's great for local people to have part of their heritage back, but also for visitors as well. Personally, I can't wait to use it, whether we're doing a dog walk or having a meal out. And then in 20, 30 years' time, I'm sure we'll be doing exactly the same, and it'll still be as important as it has been in the past.
It will re-establish this area of Whitley Bay as a place to go. When all the features are back, that'll be the mark of the legacy, I think, when it's back in its glory.
This is the focal point of Whitley Bay. It's such an iconic building. What it'll do to the town is unbelievable. It's fantastic, the fact we're leaving a legacy for the members of Whitley Bay. Hopefully it'll last for many generations to come.